Hi everybody, my name is Lynn. I'm a mom of two small children. I'm a blogger, a wife, and I'm also a recovering alcoholic and addict, and I've got bipolar. So that makes me a multitasker of note, and I suppose to some people quite an interesting person. So what I wanted to speak to you about today, it's called Fuck It, The Ultimate Spiritual Way. It's a book it's a self-help book and a spiritual book, basically to help you along the path in life. So before I speak about the actual book, I just wanted to share with you how I came about hearing about this book. So I gave up smoking on the 1st of October, and I've been smoking for 22 years, from the age of 14 to the age of 36. And it's been a hard journey. I haven't been ready to give up smoking, and yeah, so when I gave up on the 1st, I found it really, really tough, and I found myself every now and then just screaming, fuck it, at home, at the top of my voice. And it's not like I planned to say it. It just kind of came out of me. The interesting thing is that this really, really helped. It kind of took the craving away for a bit. And yeah, I can't explain it any more than that. It was just the strangest sort of feeling, but it worked. So I shared that in my blog when I shared about 5 days clean from smoking. I wrote on my blog, lynnelivingwithaddiction.com. So you can read about it there and all my first day symptoms and struggles. So speaking to my sister about a week or two after I quit smoking, I told her about this, and she said, "Oh, you've been practicing the fuck it way." So I said, "No, I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about." She told me, "No, there's a book. It's called Fuck It, The Ultimate Spiritual Way." So here's the book, which she very kindly brought down to me about 2 weeks ago. So this book is about, well, I mean, basically it's about saying fuck it, of course. It's about being so attached to things and being so worried about what other people think of you, having to do things or thinking you have to do things the way society dictates. What is right? What is wrong? What's expected of you? What do you expect of yourself? It's about letting go of all of these things and saying fuck it, living in the here and now, learning how to relax. It's got different techniques for breathing, for letting go, for acceptance. You know, the author John C. Parker, and he speaks about, either say fuck it and change it, or say fuck it and accept it, because both of those are going to give you like a release and a freedom that you didn't know before. If you just keep kind of fighting against things but not going anywhere, that's not going to help you at all. So, yeah, what I loved the most about this book was that right from the first page to the very last sentence, the humor was absolutely incredible. I just have to warn you, though, that this is my opinion, and my mother says that I've got the strangest sense of humor that she's ever come across. So I don't quite know what that means, but I found this book incredibly humorous. On that note, look, I've got a good sense of humor, and I do find joy in life, but I have to honestly say that reading this book, I don't think I've laughed so much in a long time. Sitting all by myself, giggling away while I'm reading, that is something that I really, really enjoy. So I really suggest that you give this book a go. Then there was nothing that I disliked really about this book. What I do need to warn you about is if you're religious, you could take some serious offense to it, because there are some parts in it that are quite blasphemous. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious at all, so anything that's blasphemous or something doesn't bother me at all. But I can certainly see how someone who's a Christian or religious in any way could find offense. If you are religious and you want to read it, just take it all with a pinch of salt. Take all the good things with you, and ignore the bits that might be offensive. And then obviously anyone that is not fond of swearing, the book says it's called Fuck It. If you're not fond of swearing, there's a lot of swearing in this book. So I don't think that this would be for you. Yeah, so what did I get from this book? Just in 2 weeks, it's actually made a hell of a big change. I think it was last week, Wednesday. It was hot. It was about 38 degrees Celsius. I was sitting at home. I was baking, trying to work, trying to write blogs for one of my websites. and I was sweating. And I suddenly said, fuck it. What am I doing? I have a house on the beach. I got in the car. I drove down to the shops. I bought 2 boogie boards. And I went and I got my kids out of school. I took them to the beach and we went paddling and just playing in the water. My kids just sat there in the water. They were just sitting in the waves with these goofy grins on their faces at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when I usually only pick them up at about 4, 4:30. And it was liberating. It was, I forget why I work for myself. I have these expectations. I have these, you should work all day. You must do this. You must do that. Fuck it. I work for myself. And I work for myself so I can spend time with my kids. So if it's a hell of a hot day, why can't I go pick up my kids, go home, go to the beach, and just swim in the water? That's that's the ultimate thing to do. That's what we all live for. So I did that, and it was a great feeling. And then the other thing that I did is, well, obviously with the smoking, I said fuck it. Another thing that I'm saying fuck it to a lot is that with giving up smoking, I think it's been about 6 weeks now. I'm drinking a hell of a lot of coffee, and I was feeling terrible about it. Some days it's up to 12, 14 cups of coffee. That's called cross addiction. That's some serious coffee there. But the point is that I'm staying away from cigarettes. That's my ultimate goal. And if I've got to drink 14 cups of coffee a day just for a little while to get through it, well, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do that. The other thing that I've been doing is it's not just coffee. It's food. It's chocolates. It's chips with dip. It's basically anything I can stuff in my face that makes me happy and gets me over my cravings. So, it's the food for starters that I've been worried about. That it's all the bad things I'm eating. It's chocolates, it's chips, it's sweeties, it's dips. It's just all the bad stuff, cakes and stuff which I don't usually even eat. But it's helping me not smoke for the moment. And then obviously with that is that I can feel myself getting a little bit porky. I'm sure I don't look porky in the video, but if I stand up, you'll see that I've got this pouch, and that's partly because of the 2 children I've had, but it's also because when I put on weight, it immediately goes to my stomach and I look like I'm pregnant. So everybody where I'm walking along, everyone's like, wow, are you pregnant? I'm like, no, I've stopped smoking and I'm just getting fat, Fuck it, why not? I smoked for 22 years. It's been 6 weeks of not smoking. Fuck it. If that's what I have to do to stay away from cigarettes for now, yeah, I'll do that. And when it gets too much and I start feeling really porky, then I suppose I'll say fuck it and I'll start exercising or maybe cutting down the coffee or the Coke or the cool drinks or chips or something, and that's fine too. And then the other thing I said fuck it to is this video, because I've been wanting to start video blogging for absolutely ages, but I'm scared of what people will think of me. I'm scared that it's not going to be 100% right. I don't know how to edit a video. My hair is never right. My face doesn't look right. I've got a pimple over there. There's always something. I put it over here by the cupboards because my walls all seem to be dirty. They all seem to have dirty spots in them. When you've got kids, everything's just grimy and grotty, and I can't seem to keep up with it. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to do a video blog today, and it might not be the best one. But I've got to start somewhere. I've got to learn somewhere. So I'm just going to finish recording this and I'm going to whack it up there. So yeah, that's basically what I've done with Fuck It in the last 2 weeks, and it's felt good. What this has done for me is I've actually felt really, really free. Like I say, I am a generally happy person, but there's always a level of stress, and that's what they speak about in this book. We hold stress in our bodies all over, and it's about really letting go and saying fuck it. And the thing is, if I had have done that thing with my kids on the beach before, I would have done it, but I would have thought I should have been doing this, I should have been doing that, I should have cleaned the house, I should have done another blog, I should have phoned another customer or done a bit more. So you go do something fun, but then you sit there feeling guilty about it. That kind of, it just stuffs it up. That just kind of like takes away the whole point of why you can go and do something fun if you're going to sit there and beat yourself up. So I did that, and all I felt was the good side of it. I looked at my kids' faces, and they're just like, hey, this is the coolest mom ever. She's not moaning and stressed out. She's paddling on a boogie board in the sea, dragging us along behind her, laughing her head off. That's the kind of mom I want to be. And that's the kind of memories that my kids will remember when they grow up. So, I felt this freedom and this liberation, and like the stress level kind of coming up a bit, leaving me a little bit, which is really nice. And of course, I haven't smoked. That always helps. And I know I mention the smoking often, but I've still got the hamster wheel going around in my head. So, yeah, I recommend anybody that is looking to change their life and really make a big difference that tries this book out. I've read a lot of self-help books. I've read a lot of recovery books. Being an addict, 7 years clean, I've read a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of counseling. And this is something that I think is really solid. It's so simple. And the methods described here are so simple, but it's really, really solid stuff that you can use and apply to your life in a really cool way. So I recommend that anybody that wants to change their life, or was just interested in having a good laugh, checks out this book. So thank you very much, and I'll catch up with you soon.